What I'd like to do is present Tai Chi a little bit differently. My pet thing is intention. That is, we use the program of Tai Chi as a martial art, and we're trying to, there are different benefits to be gotten, but one of the primary benefits is just the physical benefit, okay? And right now, you're learning how to do sequence. And although we try to explain why and how you do some of the things, most of it that you're learning is by mimic. You just get an approximation of where it's going. And right now, I think the first challenge is to sort of move the feet approximately, and of course, get the hands moving, okay? And the hands getting to move probably are in some ways easier than saying, you've got to move your core and you've got to transfer your energy, okay? And those are the things that are going to be the challenge. And what I'd like to do is just go through the 16 form just to sort of tell you what the core is doing. The core is, normally the core, they talk about, some people say the soma. The Chinese, when they translate their core term to English, they refer to it sometimes as the soma, which is basically the trunk of the body, the biggest parts of the muscles that you have other than your legs, okay? I tend to want to consider the legs almost like part of the core. They're major parts, the biggest muscles in your body, and those are the things that provide strength. But then moving through the Tai Chi movements, we talk about the core, but sometimes it's sort of a nebulous idea. What you're trying to do is not to do this. You are trying to say, if you're doing the cloud hand, this is what's moving, and she tells you. Yeah? The hands go for the ride. See, it just comes out this way, comes out, and it's coming from here as this. This is doing this, but this is driving this arm, and the last bit is the hula dance, okay? But there's meaning to that too. You come out this way, you just drop it, yeah, you can do that. Versus you get more bang for your buck because you open it up. And from a martial arts standpoint, you open it up, you have pinned the person so he can't come at you, and you got one more thing to do. You want to do a single whip. You want to just do a continued cloud hands, grab him and turn him. Okay, so the power comes from sweeping here, coming across. And as you come across, it comes, comes down, and you're coming down this way. You're dropping your shoulder, drop your elbow, and what are you doing? So turning the hips, very important to get the power from your legs, from your feet, up to your legs, up to your hips, up to your core, your trunk, up to the upper core, and then dishing it out, okay? So that's one thing, okay? What I'd like to do is just go through the 16, since that's what we're learning. Even if it's a simple thing as coming out here, and you say, commencing form. You're not just propping your hands up, you are, in your mind, you're saying, I'm moving my body, and you're really thinking about from here, coming all the way up, coming through the back, and this, not this, but this is getting the arms up. And when you're going to drop it down, you don't just drop it down like that. The elbows are dropping, the shoulders are dropping, and what are you doing with your core? You see? That's what you're doing with your core. And then when you get your ball, some of you you do your ball, but it's sort of a very manini ball. It's a real tiny little ball, okay? But the ball is meant to be able to help you center, but also protect you. Okay? But it's also a source of winding up. Because when you step out, where am I at? I'm here. I'm winding up and I'm going to let it out. Okay? Step back. Get your energy back. Not a manini ball, but everything is sort of coming together, aiming toward here as the center of balance. Huh? But it's also accumulating power. So when you stand, you see I'm going to turn my waist, let it out here. Okay? White crane, what you're doing is, this happens to be with the 10 or the 24, but the white crane, you're coming out, you're turning, but you're also opening. This part, you're pushing out here. You're not just coming out here beautiful, you are. And what are you trying to do? You're trying to open your opponent, push him away so you could step here just for beauty, but you could be doing this to him, okay? But you have to be able to have the power to come out, okay? This is obviously, from here, some people forget. We're going to go to the brush knee ultimately, but they think this is just like another brush knee. So you come from here, it's another brush knee. It's not another brush knee, it's to practice. Drop down, you're dropping your elbow, you can block, you can elbow somebody, you can, somebody's coming across here, you could probably do that to here. And then you step into the brush knee. Brush knee, you wind up, get yourself in balance, drop down. This is coming, turning your body, this is turning your body. Okay? You just bring it, you're bringing it all back here, let it out. And then you wind up again. Help yourself. You're in the midline, you come in the midline, but you drop here, winding up, set up your balance, let it out, turn your body, and deliver. Okay? We go through the deflect. Okay, I'll stop. Deflect, parry, and punch. In this case, in the 16 form, come up here. This can form potentially as a block, or you may be hiding something that, although we call it deflect, you could be striking the person. Okay, but this is a block. You step here, you got to turn your body here. Bring it in. Okay? Yeah, bring it in. Parry, punch. Okay, it's all this up here, not all this. Needle to the bottom of the sea. I see people, some people will just come from, what is it? I'll go from the right, I'm much more used to. This hand is unemployed. It's here, blocked down, and it's timing. It's not two hands come down. Okay? Think about how your hand movements, continue learning them, but think what started them. They get from the core and to the core, in and out, in and out. Okay? Good.